time you were over at the church. All that stuff for the Harvest Festival's starting to arrive.
All right, I'm nearly finished. Now, this Sunday we celebrate the Harvest Festival. Now, all these offerings you see around the church are our way of saying thank you to God. We've got to do more than say thank you. We've got to serve him. And serving him isn't just coming to church. It concerns our attitude to other people. Kindness, charity, and the most difficult thing of all to practice, tolerance. How many times do we fly off the handle at the slightest irritation?
I don't think it's fair leaving Anne over there all by herself.
Yes.
She won't know where to put everything.
All right, Mrs. Bees, I'm nearly finished now.
Oh, do you
How
know?
many times?
Oh, Mrs. Jenkins has brought that huge sheaf of corn again.
Yeah.
And Mr. Allen's brought apples.
How many times?
Cookers.
Yeah, Mrs. Pease, you may or may not have noticed, I'm trying to finish my sermon for tomorrow. Anne is in the vestry. She can cope for the moment. I shall be over as soon as I am finished. All right? Now,
people like to hand over their Harvest Festival offerings to the vicar in person.
Mrs. Pease!
Ooh.
Go away.
Charming. Calls himself a man of God.
How many times do we say sharp and hurtful things to others and regret it a moment later? And
I bought these for you, miss.
Oh! Johnny! They're beautiful. Thank you.
They're not from me. My mum sent them.
Oh, well, thank your mother for them, will you?
Yeah, I looked a right idiot carrying that lot across half the town.
Never mind. It's for a good cause.
Yeah, well, thank heaven it's only once a year. Bye.
Bye-bye, Phillips.
Oh, Richard.
Oh, help me to pick them up. Why do little boys have to rush around as though their lives depended on getting to the next place in the shortest possible time? I simply can't understand it. Always happens.
Sorry, Miss Richards.
It's all right.
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Anne. I didn't expect to see you here so early. I brought some fruit for the festival tomorrow. Not very much, I'm afraid, but still got.
Oh, we haven't got any pears.
Where's the vicar?
Oh, I don't know. He said he'd be here about 9:30. I don't know where he's got to.
You're both coming tonight, aren't you?
Oh, of course.
It's going to be a very good party. Everyone was terribly surprised when they heard you were going out with the vicar.
Why?
Oh, no reason. They were pleasantly surprised. It's just that, well, you know what people think.
Well, no, I don't know. What do people think?
Well, you know, darling, people think it's funny, people going out with vicars.
Well, what's funny about going out with a vicar?
Nothing, but they wonder. Now, where do you want me to put these?
Wonder what?
Well, they wonder. They just wonder, that's all. I do hope this is going to be the sort of party Andrew will like.
Well, why shouldn't it be?
Well, you know what the crowd are. They get a bit wild, like to go a bit rowdy, and that's not the sort of thing that... Well, I must dash now. See you at 8. Oh, bye.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling, leaving you here all by yourself. Oh, my goodness, we could open up a greengrocer's. Look, I've got to get this lot organized. I've got my sermon to finish for tomorrow. Look, oh, that'll do beautifully for the centerpiece. Shall I take it over to the church, darling? Then something wrong?
Are you looking forward to the party tonight, Andrew?
Yes, of course I am, very much.
Don't wear your dog collar. Will you?
3 pounds of damsons, Vicar.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Williams, thank you. What's wrong with it?
Nothing, they're beauties. Oh, Vicar, I hope you don't mind my mentioning this, but last year my Harold was most upset.
Oh, good. What was he?
Yes, he was. Because that was the year his damsons won the first prize at the horticultural show.
Did they?
Yes, and when you got them in the church, you stuck them right to the back.
Well, don't worry, Mrs. Williams. We'll stick them right in the front this year. Thank you, Mrs. Williams, thank you.
I'm waiting for the carrier bag.
What? I'm sorry.
But you haven't taken Harold's damsons.
I do apologize. So sorry, Mrs. Williams. Wasn't thinking that. It's fine. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed. Why shouldn't I wear my dog collar? What's wrong with it?
Well, it'll inhibit people. They won't feel at ease.
Why not?
Well, you know what it's like at a party, darling. I mean, people like to go a bit wild.
Well, that's the sort of party I like. Well, in any case, they all know I'm a vicar.
Well, yes, I know they know. And after a couple of drinks, they'd forget all about it. It's just the dog collar that keeps reminding
But,
them.
Anne, you can't... Oh, thank you, Mr. Thomas. How lovely.
I
yes.
grew that myself.
Did you? That's marvellous. Thank you very much. I don't see why my dog collar should worry anybody.
Well, it worries me.
Well, it doesn't worry you now, does it?
It's different at a party. What happens when they put the lights out and we're dancing? People are going to look at us.
Why should they?
Well, to see what a vicar does when he takes a girl out.
Well, we'll show them.
What happens if we want to have a cuddle?
Well, she'll have a cuddle just like anybody else.
We can't.
Why not?
People don't expect vicars to cuddle.
That's so ridiculous. Vicars are just as entitled to cuddle as anybody else. If I want to have a cuddle, I shall have a cuddle.
Well, I won't. Not with you in the dog collar.
Well, you didn't mind the dog collar in the car the other night?
A party's different. Andrew, take off the dog collar for me.
No, darling.
Well, you're just being stubborn. You're not trying to understand.
What is there to understand?
Well, it makes people wonder.
Wonder what?
Wonder. Well, you know, wonder.
But what?
What you do when you take me home.
Oh, let them wonder. It's none of their business what I do when I take you home. And after all, hello,
Good morning,
Casey.
Miss Parker.
Casey.
Good morning, Miss Gibson.
Good morning, Casey. What have you brought?
1 small marrow, 1 parsnip, 5 carrots. One of them's a bit mouldy, so you'll have to face them round that way. And there's a lettuce. I'm afraid some of the outside leaves are gone. I had to give my rabbit his breakfast this morning. And that's the lot.
Thank you, Casey. That's lovely. Thank you very much indeed.
That's
Thank
all
you.
right. Mr. Parker, I wonder if I can have a word with you.
Yes, Casey. I'm rather busy at the moment. How about after Sunday school tomorrow?
It's terribly important.
Well, let's make it this afternoon then. Hmm?
All right.
All right.
I'll telephone you first.
Good.
Bye for now, Mr. Parker.
Bye-bye.
Miss
Bye-bye,
Gibson.
Casey.
Goodbye, Casey.
Bye-bye.
Now, Andrew, about the party
Darling,
tonight.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've got to go back and finish my sermon.